Sisters who watch. Sisters who watch. Sisters who watch.
Love is blind.
Hey y'all, hey, welcome to Sisters Who Watch.
Hello, I'm Shelby.
And I'm Laura, and we're sisters who watch everything. TV, movie, sports, concerts, and even couples falling in love without ever seeing each other. We love to watch, and we love to talk about it even more. Today we're watching Love is Blind.
Season 9 of Netflix's hit dating show. Somehow we're on the 9th season, 10 years of this.
Girl. Oh
my God. Has it been 10 years of it?
Well, it's been 5 years, right? Because it started in the pandemic, but they do 2 seasons every year.
You know what? I think, did it start in the pandemic or did it start before the pandemic?
It was right as the pandemic was happening. It was like February 2020 when it came out. I remember this so distinctly.
Yes. Wow. What a time. I can't believe it's already been 5 years. 10 years was really going to blow me. If it had been 10 years,
I think I saw the producers say that they've been filming it for 10 years, but maybe that's when they first filmed the first season. I don't know.
And they probably scrapped a season too. I'd imagine that you like do the first season and you're like, oh, that wasn't good. And you scrap it and you try again.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. Well, before we get into our review of Love is Blind Season 9, please make sure you're giving Sisters Who Watch 5 stars wherever you listen. Rate, download, subscribe, and follow us at Sisters Who Watch. We appreciate your support. Okay, Shelby, please introduce our amazing, amazing special guest.
Yes, so excited to have her back on the podcast. We're thrilled to have Sequoia Holmes with us today from the Black People of Paramore podcast, as well as the co-host of The Daily Dirty on SiriusXM. Welcome, Sequoia.
I'm so excited to talk to you guys. I love talking reality TV, so I'm always happy to come on and chat about it.
Yes, we're thrilled. Thrilled to have you back. We previously had Sequoia on to talk about the Cowboy Carter album in 2024. So if you haven't listened to that pod, that's a good one.
Wow, what a time. I can't believe it's already been. I can't believe that was 2024. Wow.
I know.
Lots happened.
Yes. And we also got to go on the Black People of Paramore podcast and talk about Love Island Season 6. Oh my goodness. How times have changed.
A lot.
A lot has changed since then.
Season 7 was a whole different beast.
Oh my goodness. Yes. What did you go to the Cowboy Carter tour, Sequoia?
I didn't go. And multiple of my friends asked me. 2 of my friends went to both of the last shows in Vegas. Wow. And they were like, just come with us. And I was like, no, that lady just got $1,000 of my dollars a year ago. Or, whatever. Like, I'm like, no. And I don't like the album like that, Yeah. And do I deeply regret it because Destiny Child came out? Yes. Yes, I do.
I know. If there were a show to go to, it would have been, those Vegas shows.
It would have been those Vegas shows. So,
It's okay.
Did you guys go?
Tours? Yes, we did go. We went on one of the opening shows in LA.
Like night 3, I think.
Yeah, it was
great?
So fun. Yeah, I loved it. It was great. I do think that Renaissance was better.
Yeah.
Was the better show.
Yeah.
But I think Shelby and I talked about this. We reviewed, the Cowboy Carter tour. And I think Cowboy Carter was more cinema. Like, it was very dramatic and it had like peaks and valleys. And she told a really great story. Like, she told a story about being Black in America. Like, that was kind of like the
felt
thesis.
Like Beyonce's take on American history.
Got it. Okay. And just from what I was seeing of the show, I was like, I think I would prefer Renaissance anyways. And I saw it, and I'm like, I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
I still regret it. But yes, happy to know that we all can conclude that Renaissance was a better show of the 2.
Yes. Renaissance was just a big party. So much fun.
What a time.
Cowboy Carter was great. It's in its own kind of realm. They're so different, but yes. And I'm curious, what was your thoughts on Love Island Season 7 and just like a couple sentences, would you say?
Season 7 didn't feel fun anymore, whereas Season 6 felt fun. Season 7 felt like Trump's America. So you see, it was taking place in Trump's America, and Season 6 wasn't taking place in Trump's America.
100%.
And that is the difference.
Wow. That was probably the best response you could have given in just a few sentences.
Yep.
Could not have been more true. It's because you're so right. And it literally was a reality of the 2 different seasons. And also, why was everyone saying racist things online? People were getting kicked off the show for racial slurs. People were like actively reposting like problematic content online. Yeah, it just felt like, what was going on with the casting this season?
Like, the casting was insane. And we also have never been so divided behind a reality TV show. Like, it was just so divisive. Oh, it was exhausting. It's supposed to be fun, and it wasn't.
That's a great point. This season, Love Island this year was not fun.
No,
neither was Love Island Games. So
I didn't even watch it, but I heard.
You saved a lot of your time.
It was wasted time.
Yes.
Be happy you did not.
And yep.
Okay, I'm so happy I got your take on that. That was so good. Sequoia, what were your expectations coming into this season of Love is Blind? Shelby and I didn't love last season.
I can't remember last season, so I must not have liked it either. I don't remember a single human from last season.
It was bland in Minneapolis.
With
Remember?
Devin
Oh my god, that one was horrible.
Yeah,
that
really
was
bad.
ass. That was an ass season. The most interesting thing that happened in that season was that guy texting the girl when he's supposed to be at sleep apnea training or whatever the hell. Remember?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I
it was
remember.
Monica,
was that the
maybe
DC season. That was
no,
Monica.
that was wait, wasn't that Monica and
that was
that
was DC. That was DMV. Or
that wasn't See, I don't know who was on Minnesota. I don't know who was on.
It was Devin and what's her name? The beautiful black woman. Devin and
Virginia.
Remember,
he was very.
Oh my god, this was the most boring. That was the most boring season.
You don't even remember.
I barely remember them, and I don't remember what the drama was. Well, he was Trumpy or something.
Yeah.
Oh, a time. Yeah, they definitely heard the criticisms of last season, and they were like, "Oh, you think that was boring? Guess what? We're gonna give you.
Give you mess.
Yeah, we're gonna give you mess. That's what we're gonna give you."
And I know it's like every time we're like, oh, this is boring. But then I feel like even though this season had more drama, it still didn't deliver for me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because you need a couple to root for. And we're going to get into it, but
where were the
not
couples?
rooting for any of the couples.
Not a single one. Not from the jump. Like literally never was I rooting for anybody.
Zero. Okay, y'all. Let's get into the pods, right? The beginning of everything. What did you think of Casey and Patrick, and also rest in peace Anna, who decided to leave the pods? This was a disaster, a dumpster fire of a triangle.
I agree. Casey, I just knew that she wasn't gonna like him. I knew, and she low-key knew too, because like she never really coddled him enough, or like, you know, she wasn't. He was saying, "Oh yeah, I was the only Asian guy, and so it was like really hard for me." And her response is, "Well, my family dates Asian, so what the hell? That's not that. What does that do for me?"
Response. Yeah, what does that mean?
No.
Yeah. Okay, miss, I have black friends. Like what?
That whole conversation because it was cool to see Patrick and Anna talking about race, and kind of, I know a lot of people were like, the internalized racism, like this made me so sad as an Asian person. So I think there's a lot of, but at least they were relating to each other. Agreed. So I thought that was good.
Yes.
But then to see how uncomfortable Patrick was talking to Casey about race just shows like the juxtaposition for me.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Tell me what race you are." Remember that moment? She's like,
yes.
"Tell me. I want to know."
I do think you should tell me.
This is Love is Blind.
Right. You won't hear having racial preferences, needing to know ahead of time, but you're on Love is Blind.
Sign up for the wrong show.
Go on Love Island and leave us the hell alone, Casey.
Literally.
Oh my god.
I know.
She probably applied.
Giving like someone who
she was giving The Bachelor. She's definitely giving network television The Bachelor, and I bet you she's applied for both Love Island, The Bachelor, whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was giving, that whole conversation between Casey and Patrick was giving to me that she wanted to know what race he was. And after he said Asian and how he's like, "Oh, I've never felt confident enough, I've never felt attractive enough," I think she was like, "I'm not really into Asian guys." But, you know, maybe during the reveal, maybe he'll be hot. Maybe he'll be like, you know, Simu Leo, like, you know, maybe he'll
Jacinto.
Be hot.
She definitely thought. Certainly
so I think she was like, okay, maybe he'll be hot.
Because he said it. Because he said hot Asian.
It was Megan Fox 2.0.
It was Megan Fox 2.0. It really was. Megan Fox was more egregious. I still hold that she does look like Megan Fox, just not as hot as Megan Fox, and she should have said that.
Yes, I think comparing yourself to Megan Fox is a crime. Like, you can't win. It's like saying I look like Beyonce. Like, these are two of the most attractive, hottest people.
Hello.
Why would you ever compare yourself to Megan Fox?
Just don't. Yeah, don't let it come out of your mouth. But yeah, he messed up too when he was like, "Yeah, people always say I'm the hot Asian." And again, I do think he's an attractive man.
Yeah.
But you got to temper expectations. Even if you really do think, you know, like, I really am hot, I would never say it.
No,
because I don't know what you think. Right.
Exactly.
Like, you could be like, "Oh, you think you're hot?"
Yes.
Right.
Oof.
So bad. And what did you think of Anna leaving the pods? Like, it seemed like her and Patrick had a really good connection, and she also had a connection with Blake too. And then all of a sudden, after having a great conversation with Patrick, she's like, "I have to leave." I
hated that.
Didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I was really annoyed. Have you guys seen what she said in interviews after?
I did.
She pretty much said, like, she was worried about her parents. She felt really guilty because her parents, I think they're like immigrant parents, and they didn't have like a great grasp of where she was or what she was doing. Like she told them, but they like didn't quite understand. She just felt like she was worrying them, and she felt guilty, and so she decided to leave. And I'm like, okay, I get that, but you could have told my man Patrick after you just had this deep, vulnerable conversation with him. He pours out something really, hard to talk about to you. You relate to it. He probably has never felt related to on that level in his life, and then you abandon him. Okay, I personally wouldn't have done it. Now, I will say these are strangers. It's not like she owes him anything for real. She doesn't know him, but I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, I am aligned in the fact that she shouldn't have just ghosted them. Like she should have said something before she left.
100%.
But I think her leaving felt relatable in the sense, I think she started to realize like, whoa, I'm on this show. I'm being so vulnerable. My family's going to see this. I'm talking about my parents, how I grew up, how I feel to be Asian.
Yes.
And I think it started to like be overwhelming for her. And she was like, I don't want to do this. This is too like vulnerable and I'm exposed. And I think that's relatable because even though, right, we're commenting on all these people going on the show, it's bold of them to come on reality TV and say like, I'm going to, search for love. And I think that's a hard thing to do. And
100%.
I think she was like, my immigrant Asian parents aren't going to like this.
100%. Yeah, they're not going to understand that I came on here talking about how I only date white men and how, like, I don't think they're going to like the way this looks. It makes them look.
100%.
Yeah. What did you guys think of this whole internalized racism conversation that the whole internet was kind of blowing up over? And they were like, this makes me so sad as an Asian person. These people clearly don't like themselves. I thought that was interesting.
I feel like it's more nuanced than the internet is willing.
Right?
Yeah, like ever willing to take it to, because I wouldn't say it as simple as this person doesn't like themselves. I would say this person has endured a lot of trauma at the hands of white people, and maybe we should make them feel safe to talk about that trauma as opposed to saying you hate yourself if you talk about the trauma that you've experienced and if you behave as though you've experienced trauma.
Yeah. The way that Casey dumped Patrick, like he said hours after seeing him.
So bad.
That like this poor man is getting more traumatized by the show by being ghosted after opening up.
Poor thing.
And then he's like, oh, I just feel so insecure about how I look but being Asian. And then this white girl is like, bye after seeing him an hour before. Brutal.
She sucks. I think Casey wanted to be more I think she wanted to be less shallow than she was. And she was like, no, I'm not shallow. I'm not shallow. And then she saw him and she said, I think I'm shallow. I think I am as shallow as everybody said. And I know she hated it, but it's true. And we knew. We all knew.
She really wanted to be like a good person. But like, oh yeah, my family dates Asian people. Like she was like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Like it's not about how he looks. Like she was really trying to make it seem like it wasn't.
And my dad went to South Korea and tried to colonize it with K-pop music. He knows K-pop. My sister's a K-pop princess. She's white and blonde, yes, but she's I don't want to hear it. All I can hear is I have a black friend. That's all I can hear every time she talks.
Yeah, it was disappointing. I felt bad for Patrick, and I didn't even really like him that much. And this is how you know these women are being menaces, making me feel bad for men.
Laura,
a lot of them did
that. Because you have pissed me off making me feel bad for these men. And that's how I felt overwhelmingly in this season.
I know. Okay, we have to talk about our next couple. All these couples are insane. I must say. Yes. Annie and Nick. What did you think about these two in the pods? They were like one of my favorite moments this season because it was just insane. He was like, Annie, how do you feel about if you had a kid who's LGBT? The way he said that.
LGBTQ.
So weird.
Like he was looking at it. Like he had to have somebody print out. Like he couldn't remember it. LGBTQ. Like he knows exactly what LGBTQ is, Nick. I know you know.
Right. Out of all people, I think Nick is familiar.
Yeah, you're familiar, babe. First of all, this was my favorite couple to analyze because there was so much going on here. So you have Nick, who is queer coded, right? Because he asked that LGBTQ question. He says he thinks being queer is a fad, being gay is a fad. And then he goes on to say his mom thought he was gay when he was young. And then when they go to his house for the first time and he has a big sail from a sailboat on his wall, he says, yeah, I'm a size queen. I said, okay, All right, Nick. Okay, babe. If the closet is glass, it is glass. It is glass. If you blow at it, it'll fall over. Like, what
Size
is happening,
queen?
size queen? You are in the
Love.
depths of Grindr to know what the hell a size queen is. There is no straight man from the mountains of Denver on the planet who knows what a size queen is.
No.
Fuck out of here. Okay. So there was Nick, and then there was Annie. Annie and her Megan the doll looking hair. One.
And she was a hairdresser.
And she was allegedly.
Allegedly.
I did not believe it looking at her hair. There's no
She
way.
had shears tattooed on her hand as though she like really knows some shit about hair. I thought that was crazy. And clearly she has a drinking problem. She was always drunk, slurring her words, her eyes always crossed halfway. It was crazy. They were so interesting to me.
Not a good match.
I'm with you. Like because again, she was making me feel bad for Nick. And I'm like, girl, how dare you? The way she was like attacking him, being like, you're just not telling me that you like me. I don't think you like me that much. And I was like, am I missing something? And he kept on being like, I love you. I'm here for you. She was so insecure. Like, it made me uncomfortable how insecure she was.
Insecure. And the first time that happened, and she was like, yeah, I just don't think you love me, like, blah, blah, blah. Nick took it. He said, okay. And when she was sober the next morning, he said, hey, yeah, don't do that shit again. I didn't like that at all. Make sure you don't do that again. That's going to be a problem. Don't put words in my mouth. Don't tell me how I feel. Make sure you don't do that again. She got drunk and did it again. And he said, yeah, and that's a wrap on that. I told you not to play with me, right? I told you I had boundaries and I set them, and I told you not to play with me, and you kept playing with me. Well, look, now you're single.
Yeah, those two they were so weird. Like, everything about them just made me uncomfortable individually and then together. I'm just like, they just don't seem compatible at all.
No.
I'm happy that Nick was like, this woman's mentally unstable. I cannot be with her, because she would have like gone to the grave over this man. Like, she was obsessed. It was so strange.
I know.
Truly.
She was giving kind of, I hate saying it, but like crazy girlfriend. You know, I don't like saying women are crazy, but it's what she was giving.
It was giving.
And I don't know if you guys have seen The Girlfriend, that miniseries on Amazon Prime.
Oh, yeah.
She was giving Olivia Cook's character 100%. Like, once she had her claws into that man, she wasn't letting go.
And it was weird. It was weird.
So
they were
weird.
very strange.
And another couple that was a disaster immediately after the pods was Madison and Joe. Oh my gosh, guys. Like, them in Mexico, like, blew my mind. Like, I'm still thinking about it.
Yes.
In the pods, I mean, they seemed fine, but I mean, they didn't really stand out to me. It seemed like Madison was always more into Joe.
Anything they said, to be honest.
Than he was into her. But what did you think of the honeymoon and Joe getting so drunk and incoherent? This was crazy.
This was my second favorite couple to analyze because, first of all, I'm going to start with the pods. It was so clear to me that they did not have a similar sense of humor in the pods. I remember at one point, Joe was like, Madison, tell me your ideal date. Like, what's your ideal date? And she's like, I want to do karaoke. And he's like, yeah, okay. And what else? And she's like, and I want to eat. And he's like, yeah, okay, what else? And she's like, I mean, that's it. I want to go to a 7-Eleven. He's like, so your ideal date, he like pokes fun at her a little bit. She's like, karaoke, 7-Eleven, and eating, like, that's it. Like, you know, he's like joking.
Yeah.
And she gets so defensive. And she's like, well, why don't you contribute to the date? Why don't you contribute? Because you're saying your ideal date, babe. And he's joking. Like, please be fucking for real. I could tell that they did not have enough in common. And then him being blacked out drunk in Mexico and her acting like he was convulsing on the floor and having a seizure or something. Like, she was scared she was about to have to go. I didn't understand why she was acting like that. Like, I know why he's acting like that. Yes, he's acting ridiculous. He's blacked out drunk. Why are you acting like that, though?
Gosh. Oh, interesting. Okay, yes, he was blackout drunk. But from her perspective, I understand where he was acting insane. He was like, why are you talking to me like that? Like, he wasn't making sense. Like, he was like so incoherent, could not speak real sentences. If I were her, I'd be like, Joe, like, she was being very dramatic.
It was insane to me. Like the look on her face, like she was genuinely terrified. And then her voice cracking because she was about to cry. I said, I actually can't believe this right now. When I tell you guys, I laughed through that whole scene. It was like 8 minutes. I cackled. My fiance had to come see what I was doing because I was cackling the entire 8-minute scene. It was ridiculous. It was performance art.
Yes.
It's
You could
crazy.
not write it. You couldn't. It
You
was
could
just, it was cinema.
write it. And then we get to the part where she goes outside to cry and he's in bed, as you know, a drunk person needs to be. And he's like, Madison, I can hear you crying. And she goes, yeah, why don't you come check on me? I'm like, him saying I can hear you crying as though to say shut the hell up was really funny. Everything about it was funny.
I could not believe he said that. And she was like, why didn't you check in on me? And she was like,
Right.
I was trying to give you water in bed and then you snap at me. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like these two are the worst. So
She was also too
incompatible.
needy for my personal taste. Her and Annie, I got them mixed up because I was like, these are both needy blonde white women who I can't keep straight personally.
I
Yeah.
know.
It's
I know.
so
You could tell she was really insecure.
Really
Yeah.
insecure. And I mean, to be fair, Joe did make a comment about her weight, not to her, but he did make a comment about her weight, and it was apparent that he was not attracted to her pretty immediately
From the
when
jump.
they met, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. So I can understand her, you know, having some insecurities.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. When he said, I typically date skinnier women, I was like, that's a wrap. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm done with Joe. Madison should be done with
Ugh.
Joe. Like,
And it's like
He's
Joe
not the
Joe
one.
is, you can find a Joe on the street right now. He looks
Yeah,
like every
Joe.
basic man.
Joe Schmo, literally. He is,
Literally.
yes, he is anybody. Yes, he is anybody.
Audacity.
Yeah.
Audacity.
He's a frat
He-
boy. He's a frat boy in Denver.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. He was like, yeah, I'm not used to dating women with a larger physique.
He did. He did.
Like,
He said, yeah, she's a little large. Yeah, larger physique, but that doesn't mean I'm not attracted to her. Yeah, that's what you said.
the
I can
fact
hear.
that
I
he
can
kept
see it.
saying it.
Right. Larger physique was
clearly.
pissing me off because she also doesn't have a larger physique.
I know.
No.
She's just not
maybe like
skinny.
a size 6, 8.
I said
It's
8.
like,
She's giving
girl.
size 8. I'm a
Yeah.
size 8. She's giving size 8. Like, not too much, Joe. Not too much.
That's why I
Not
was
too
like, Joe, like, who are you? Please.
Please.
It's interesting, Sequoia, because I had a friend who felt the same way as you did
Mhm.
about Madison.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, I guess I was like just annoyed with Joe. I couldn't see that, wow, maybe she was being like a little over the top. Like,
No,
with the
it's
whole
super
thing.
fair because at the party before he went to bed, he was annoying as
Yeah.
So annoying.
fuck. He was so immature, so annoying. Him and Jordan both. I was like, yo, fix it.
Acting like teenage boys.
Right.
Yeah.
And you see Sparkle Megan put him in check like a teenage boy. Whereas
did.
Madison was a little bit
But-
too insecure. You know, she was like a little more trepidatious about what to say to
Yeah.
Joe. Sparkle Megan said, you're annoying me.
You're annoying
to
me.
Jordan, period. Hard stop. I love clarity.
Yeah, he was
One
like,
thing I do love is clarity. You know who else
What?
was clear? Joe, when Madison was like, okay, well, do you want me to come back to the room with you? And he said, no, period. He didn't say any other statement. He said, no, with a period. She said, you don't want me to come back to the room with you? He said, no.
oof.
Again, he said no. And then she says something else. He's like, okay, just stay here if you want. Just stay here if you want, you know, just stay here if you want. And she's like, well, I want to be with you. And now she's crying again. I'm like, see, there's also something in me, and this is a personal problem. White woman tears automatically turn me off.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it is such a weaponized thing so often, it makes me, I feel like a little bit less empathetic than I otherwise would be.
Mm-hmm.
So even though she probably was valid, you know, it's hurtful. Madison had too many white woman tears for my personal taste.
I agree. It's a good comparison. I didn't think about it until now, Annie and Madison, because they both were so emotional. And the second their men just had a little pushback on them, they immediately just shut down and started crying. And it's like, you guys need to rein it in, right? Clearly you have a lot of insecurities you got to deal with. For you to
Right.
be so susceptible to like male, like trying to affirm men so much, right?
Right.
You're giving pick-me's for sure.
It's giving a little bit too pick me. And remember when Madison took off her ring because Joe said that he was a little scared about the whole process?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're making me look so stupid. I don't even want to do this. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, this can't be real. Like, she just annoyed me. Madison annoyed me so bad that I couldn't even see Joe's flaws well enough because Madison's were so glaring. You know, if she had calmed down a little bit, he would probably be on my shit list, but he's very much not, and she very much is.
Interesting. Okay, this is good because to me, I felt like Joe was such the obvious villain, but I think that Madison played it a pretty equal role. I think they just brought out the worst in each other.
They brought out the worst. I don't know how they made it out of the pods. They weren't compatible
She
then.
don't have at all. And especially when you start to learn more, Joe's like, yeah, I was engaged before, but I like, you know, I got scared and kind of like ran away. Like he just kept talking about how he was afraid of commitment.
Yes.
And Madison clearly wanted to settle down and needs that validation. So
let me see
I
what
felt
his
like
astrological sign is, child, because I know it's about to be some bullshit. He's a
she was
Virgo.
giving like he gave her all the signs that she needed, but she, like Annie, was not going to break it off. She needed Joe to break it off.
She did,
I know.
and he did.
And he did.
He
Running
ran
out
out
of
of
the
suit
suit fitting.
Something about Joe, he got the hell on out of that suit fitting. He said, he was having flashbacks when he was almost getting married the first time. He said, "Oh, I can't do this. I have to go."
I can't.
Like Cinderella,
everyone's like,
running away in the
"Where's
night.
Joe? Where's Joe?" And Joe's in the parking lot.
They start playing man-child.
That was insane. That was insane.
That was very funny.
So funny.
Oh my gosh. And apparently, I remember seeing this online, like, Joe was telling people, "Oh yeah, like I'm just going on this show. I'm not there to get married. I just want to, like, meet girls, like have sex, like promote." Yeah, that's what.
And he did do that.
And he did. And the way Madison was like, "Oh, me and Joe just like, I just love being with him. Like he's
Best
so
sex
good
of my life.
Best sex of my life."
Like, shut up! Don't ever go on TV and proclaim some man you met 3 seconds ago is the best sex of your life. You know how easy it is for him to embarrass you after you've also said, "Oh, and you gave me the best peen of my life."
After he said that, like he
wasn't even attracted to you.
Oof! I like cringed. I felt so uncomfortable.
Truly, I think that's where Joe made the biggest mistake. If you weren't attracted to her, you shouldn't have tried to have sex with her.
I was like, you said you didn't like her. She's not your type, but you're like still having sex with her, and you could have pulled the Casey. What Casey did to Patrick was bad, but after you saw her, you could have right away been like, okay, I'm not into this, but you didn't.
I know. It feels like no matter what you do, you're low-key going to be the bad guy, because Casey was like, I can't do this, and then Joe tried to do it. I really felt like Joe tried. That was another thing. I really did feel like he liked Madison in the pods. He could not bridge the gap between who he was with in the pods and who she was in real life. And I felt like he kept trying to bridge it. Like he kept trying to give it time. He met her family, and I felt like he was like, okay, I can kind of remember what I loved about her now, but it never fully curled over for him. And so he still's the villain. We'll obviously get to KB and, Allie and Anton and all that, but people are now villainizing Calabria because she said no at the altar. Like, it just feels like no matter what you do, unless you come out and get married, people are going to be like,
Yeah, this is so true. And I think that's a good segue to Allie and Anton, our next couple. I feel like they, in the pods, they were kind of pitched to us. They were the first couple to get engaged. They seemed, the producers were trying to feed us, oh, they're like the stable, nice couple, right? They always do that. They start out with one couple who's like the Lauren and Cameron, the Tiffany and Brett, right?
I was going to say, yes.
And they were kind of that this season. But I wasn't really buying it. I was just like, I don't care about these two.
I feel like we didn't get enough of them. Like, I don't know. All of a sudden they were engaged. And I think that's what happens when you're the first couple. Like, it was hard for me to be invested when we only saw like 15 minutes of it.
No, it's so true. And what we did see, I didn't like. Like, all I saw was, do you believe in traditional values? I believe in traditional values. And that is a dog whistle term in 2025. So I'm like, you got to be real clear about what it is that you're telling me you believe in, because you say traditional values, I hear Ku Klux Klan personally. So you have to clarify really strongly what you're talking about.
LGBTQ.
Hello? What
are we talking about? Is about? Like,
right.
Dang. Okay, Denver. Oof.
Right. I thought it was blue. I thought Denver was a blue city.
It was a liberal place where everyone smokes weed. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I feel like in the pods, they were kind of bland. I know they were like, we both have nicknames and more traditional names. And we're both like children of immigrants. Like that was kind of the storyline they fed us.
Yes, we both speak a different language.
I mean, you're compatible?
Right.
I know, let's
where's
get
the
married.
compatibility? They didn't know shit about each other, it feels like, when they were in the pods. It feels like they learned a lot.
Especially these two.
Right.
Because in the real world, they were like, wait, your schedule's like this? You drink every day after work? You're a truck driver? It's like, Allie.
So what did y'all talk about? My name's Alini, and your name is Antonin. Whoa. What?
Like, what? So now you have a problem with him being a truck driver? I mean, I get it. You're like, oh, like in the pods, like, I'll be okay with him being a truck driver, right? I'll give it a chance. And then the real world, you're like, oh my gosh, like, he's a truck driver.
He really drives trucks, though, all through the night. And I don't know if y'all know this, but like my mom consistently is like, truck drivers are whores. She's like, they're going across the country, city to city, basically at night. She's dropping off pain to whomever. That's what my mom tells me about.
I mean, it seems like Anton fits the bill.
You know,
yep. So crazy. Yeah, it felt like they didn't discuss anything And even during the honeymoon, right? They didn't have any issues really in Mexico. It was once they got into the real world and it was like, oh, we're both working nights and I don't want to have to work or cook or clean. And I don't like that you're drinking vodka at like 9 a.m.
Because what the hell was that about?
Fair concern.
What the hell was that about? She was so funny to me. She said, hey, yeah, so there was a 12-pack of beer in there. What happened to it? He said, I think we split it. She said, no. I didn't have any, actually. So what happened to it? I'm going to ask you again, what happened to it? Well, Patrick came over. Did he? He came in here? Well, he went downstairs. Okay. And you took beer out of the house downstairs to Patrick? Yeah. Okay. She wasn't, and she said, so, and then there was also a bottle of tequila. What happened to it? He said, I'm not sure. She was not having none of that. She was not having it.
Because it's like, how is alcohol disappearing like by the day? You know what I mean? Yeah, I would be concerned too.
100%. He's an alcoholic to me, like wholeheartedly. I'm like, no, you're an alcoholic. I know that you don't think you are, but you are.
Especially like the hiding the fact that, you know, you weren't drinking. Like, just if you were just owning up to like, yeah, you know, I had a couple of beers, but you were lying about all these bottles being missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
Yeah. It was very red flag.
And then when his best friend's girlfriend pulls Allie aside, it's like, oh yeah, Anton and him, they only party, and
oh my god,
that was
they go to strip clubs.
She was so messy. She was so messy for that. Like, she iconic because yes, but I know she wanted somebody to suffer with her. She's like, this man has been running me ragged. I'm so happy to have a sister in struggle.
3 months?
For 3 months. And Allie said, I won't be involved, actually. No.
Crazy.
Do y'all think that it is a problem for a man to go to the strip club while he's single?
Oof, this is a good question. I feel like if it's like a regular thing someone does, I think that would be an issue. If you're going on like a bachelor party, like once a year, every other year. But it's like, why are you going to the strip club for fun?
That's your like Friday night activity.
Like, that's weird. That's weird. Yeah, your regular activity, a strip club. That's very weird.
Very weird.
Yeah.
Go to a regular bar.
What? You don't have enough money to be going to a strip club, Mr. Truck Driver. You don't. And Allie said that because she said, how much was this ring? 5,000? It's a little cheap. She said, yeah, you might have to throw another 5 on top of that, actually.
She was
But you want to throw money at strippers. That's crazy.
I know. You want to throw dollar bills every other Friday, girl.
Right.
Not okay.
No. Yeah, I think Allie was justified in her decision to end things because I think, Shelby, that we've talked about this before on other seasons, like, the men are all in. I think this was happening with Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Like, Devin was like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with Virginia. But it's like, you're just letting it go right over your head that there are serious things that are, you know, not right in the relationship, inconsistencies. And the women are like, we need to be on the same page about this. And the men are like, it doesn't matter. You know, I love you.
We'll figure it out. Like, they're just like, wow, I have a baddie. Like, Anton's just like looking at Allie and like,
so beautiful.
That's my woman. That's all he's thinking about.
That was the first baddie he's ever had. He's never had a girl that bad before in his life. And he was willing to do whatever to hold on to it. I understand. Have you guys heard of the theory that like men get married to whomever's around when they're ready to get married, as opposed to like marrying the person who they love the most or who they're most compatible with? That's what the men on this show give. It's like, okay, I came on the show because I'm ready to get married. Whichever one of you bitches,
100%.
whichever, whatever. That's what it
She's
gives.
cute. We have nice conversations.
Any of them.
It could have been anybody. Only they had to be hot. That feels like the only requirement. It's like, ooh, you just have to be hot to me.
Crazy.
No, you're so right. It's like the Sex and the City, the taxi driver.
Exactly.
Yes, it's the same exact thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, so cheers to Allie for picking herself. Anton's not the one. And plus, Allie's like 27, 28, something like that. She's gorgeous.
Stunning.
Oh my gosh. Stunning. She's a nurse. I'm like, you have your whole life ahead of you. You can get any man. Any man.
She said she was working 12-hour shifts, went to the gym immediately afterwards. She's working 12-hour overnight shifts, goes to the gym for an hour immediately afterwards, comes home, makes sure she eats healthy, goes to sleep, does it all again tomorrow. And she said, I'm not cleaning shit either. Don't ask me to clean anything. I'm not cleaning it. I do expect you to clean it. Yes, I do. I also expect you to pay all the bills while I'm in school. Yes.
She was clear about her
priorities. She was so clear.
And
Anton was just not that guy.
Yes. Okay. I think we're good on Allie and Anton. We got to talk about our Black love story, Edmond and KB. I mean, Edmond made the pod so interesting. He's such a kooky boy. So at first I was just like, oh, this guy's just eccentric. And I was like, okay, you know, like this is different. Black men can be quirky and eccentric, and that's okay,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Representation matters.
We were all there with you. Yes, we were.
And then I think there was a shift for a lot of us being like, oh, I don't think this man's okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I wonder when the shift happened. I want to say it happened when he was crying over not having sex, but I'm not positive. It might have been before that, even that the shift happened.
Floor.
The kissing, getting in the cabinet. It was getting in the cabinet.
Yes.
Getting in the cabinet. It was running with his hands behind his back. The Naruto run.
Yeah, when he saw her for the first time, and he was just like jumping up and down.
Yes.
Yeah, I think for me, when he kissed the floor, I was like, oh, that's weird. But you know, he's kooky. I was like, okay, that's weird. But then when he saw KB, he was like, he makes a lot of sounds.
He does.
And then he did the run. He was like, wait, I gotta grab something. And he did the run. And KB's face was so funny. She got the ick in 4K in real time. She did.
I don't know how she stayed for that long.
She is a better woman than me.
She
really
was
is.
really trying to force it, I think. She really wanted to make it work.
Yeah.
It was almost like a social worker in her, I felt like.
I agree. I saw someone online, I think it was a therapist, say that KB was mistaking his being emotional for him being emotionally available. And they're saying those are different things. He's not emotionally available. He's not mature enough to be emotionally available. He's just emotional. And she's like, oh, he could be vulnerable. He, you know, like that means he's emotionally available. No.
That's a really good point. Because, right, when you're watching this, and probably in the pods, KB was like, wow, like this man's really in touch with his emotions. He's sensitive. He's open. But just because he's sharing so much does not mean he's mature at all. And we learned that this man is not mature. And I think, Shelby, you made a good point when we recorded earlier this week. You were like, people said this about Edmond. When you have been traumatized at a young age, right, you sometimes stay at that age. And that really, you know, opened my eyes a bit, because it's like, yeah, like this, right, he was in the foster care system, and you could tell he still acts like a little boy in a lot of ways.
Definitely.
He's not changed.
He definitely has like 7-year-old temper tantrums, but in a 35-year-old man's body, which makes me, if I'm his partner, feel like I'm in direct danger. Because while you can kind of manage the physical temper tantrum of a 7-year-old, the temper tantrum of a 35-year-old is scary and dangerous.
Yes. And the way he would like flip so quick.
Yes.
I know.
Like, particularly the crying about like, I'm always the nice guy, and like she doesn't want to sleep with me, like that whole interaction.
Yes.
That was really when I was like, okay, yeah, he is not the one. He's not okay. Like,
yes. Agreed.
She needs to get as far away from him.
Because he laughs somewhere in the middle of that.
Yeah, everything about it, the emotions, the range, I was like, ugh.
Yeah, it was scary. And it was the look in his eye too. Like at some point where he like looks over at her, I'm like, oh my God, KB, get up. And also, I don't know how she went to sleep next to him that night. I would have been terrified of him. Terrified of him.
Especially since he's like begging you to have sex with him, you know?
Right. Yes.
Like, oof.
Oh, if she wasn't dry before, I know she is now. I know she was then. Like, no.
I know. This is not making me want to sleep with you, sir.
No.
At all.
At all.
And it continued. Like his behavior at the cowboy kind of party where all like the pod squad shows up.
Yes.
And he makes that comment like, oh, must be nice to be called perfect. I'm like,
what'd you guys think of that?
I respect how KB immediately like called him out and was like, hey, why'd you say that? Right? Because I think a lot of women would be like, just push under the rug, not address it, let it kind of boil and simmer up and all that. But she immediately was like, hey, that wasn't okay. So I really respected her. And I love how she argues. She was like, I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk.
She sure
I'm going to
did.
lay out my points and then I'll let you talk. And I loved how she laid it out. She was like, I was having a bad day. I asked you to do this. You didn't do this. So I'm already in a bad mood, right? I loved how she laid it all out. And it just showed that she is so emotionally mature. And this guy is really insecure, always seeking validation, and lacks social cues.
Definitely. Clearly. 100%. And I see how she was driven to telling him, bitch, stop talking to me. I understand how she was driven there. Was she right? No. Did I understand? Loot. Yes.
100%.
Yeah, I feel like Edmond in the when he kissed the floor, and then when on the honeymoons, when he was like, yeah, I'm gonna hit that. When
was
he was talking to the men, that was the other time where I was like, I don't like this guy.
I don't like him.
that was when it flipped to I don't like him.
I gotta
because
hit
the way
it.
he
I
was
gotta hit
talking
it.
about her, I
Yeah.
gotta hit it.
It's performative.
I'm gonna hit it.
Performative. So performative.
And it's like, you're not talking about KB like she's a human being.
At all.
And
And
it felt
she's
like,
been so humanizing
right.
to you.
I know. And also it was like he was entitled to her body to having sex with her, right?
He was, yes.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna hit it. Before the wedding day, I'm gonna hit it. Of course I am.
Right.
And it's like, she's made it clear what her boundaries are, and you're not respecting them. You think you're entitled to have sex with her, and you're not. Right. Absolutely not.
Yep.
That was disturbing. So that was like the moment where I flipped to, this is not okay.
Something sinister this way lies.
I know. And it's just like him being like, I'm always a nice guy. Like, this
Nobody says that but horrible people.
Yes. Nice guys don't say, I'm the nice guy, right?
Mm-mm. Exactly. No, they don't.
I hated that. Again,
I was so glad KB said no.
Me
I
too.
was worried she might not.
Me too.
Based on she was really trying. She kept saying really I love this man, he's my man, and she just,
that's my baby.
Every time there was an issue, even when they did that snowboarding or whatever activity and they were fighting,
yes,
she kept pushing through. So I was like, girl, if you marry this man, I'm gonna be so upset.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and it was crazy how Edmond was like, she's my person, and I'm like, are you not living in reality?
Delusional. Everyone was delusional.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, you guys are not compatible. You guys keep on arguing. It's insane.
She's mothering him. She's social working him,
She is.
Therapizing him. It definitely was not
a romantic relationship.
A romantic relationship, but was not on an equal playing field,
No.
Not at all.
And again, I feel like KB reminds me a lot of Allie. Gorgeous woman, baddie, smart,
she's so pretty, underratedly pretty. We haven't spoken about it enough on the internet. She's beautiful,
stunning,
gorgeous, stunning. She's got the body, 10 out of 10. These women are 10s, and I am so happy she said no, because I'm like, this woman is way too good for him. Yes, she can get any man she wants. So I'm very excited for her.
I will say the last thing that I thought was crazy was Edmond's reaction at the wedding, when she was about to say no, and he was like, oh, and he was just like, I felt bad for him, but it was also so cringy and uncomfortable, and it also was sad because his mom wasn't there, and it was just this poor guy, his white teacher from fifth grade's there. I was like, what's going on?
His white savior was present. It just, oh my god,
blindside. I was like, am I watching a movie?
I know. Now, literally, the white teacher walking him down the aisle, I was like, what am I watching?
Right. Yeah, no, I felt really bad for him. That noise that he let out haunts me. When she started shaking her head, I'm like, no, please. I don't want to hear it again. I can't. And then him just sobbing in that white lady's arms. I felt really, I almost started crying. I didn't know I was going to feel that bad for him.
Yeah, I think Edmond clearly needs a lot of therapy.
Yes.
Because you could tell there's a good person down in there, right?
Yeah, I feel that way.
So
I think so.
He just needs to work on himself. Poor baby. He needs a social work.
He does.
Just not KB.
Not KB. Anybody else, please.
I can't. Y'all, and our final couple, Sparkle Megan. Wow, I feel like Sparkle Meg was the main character of this season. She really
was.
Yeah.
And she was in this love triangle with Mike and Jordan. And you had mentioned Mike before. What did y'all think of Mike with 37-year-old rich boy? What do you think?
I hated his guts, actually. He's somebody, I couldn't stand him. When he made that comment about Jordan's son, he's talking to Megan about how important health is to him. And he's like, yeah, I'm in this rich men's society. Again, sounds like the Ku Klux Klan to me, but okay. He's like, I'm in this rich man's society. We focus on health. And I know that you're in the healthcare space or whatever. And, I know the other guy you're talking to, Jordan, his son has diabetes and health is just so important to me. And it's a lifestyle. First of all, dumbass. Type 1 diabetes doesn't have anything to do with lifestyle factors. No. And why are you talking about a 5-year-old? If Jordan, in fact, I want the reunion to turn into Bad Girls Club, and I want Jordan to beat him up for that comment. That pissed me off so bad when I heard that come out that man's mouth. I was so mad.
Oof. Yeah, he just gave frat boy who works in investment banking that doesn't like women, and it just everything about it. I was giving red flag.
Likes the status that women bring.
Seemed like what Megan wanted. It felt like He was her type.
Exactly. And she said that a bunch of times. She's like,
She
you remind
said
me of
that.
all my exes. Like, I would normally go for you. Megan, she was giving me so many red flags too. She's talking
was
about
not a
she
fan.
likes traditional values. First of all, what was this season about? Why is everybody saying the dog whistle? She likes traditional values, baby. You're a millionaire. You're screwed out of that right now. You don't have that going for you.
Single woman who owns a home,
In her 30s,
has her own business,
child free,
traditional
in your
values
30s.
are out the window.
Nothing traditional about you, mama. I don't know what to tell you. And you're trying to be somebody's stepmom. You decide you didn't want that. You don't want traditional values. I don't know who told you to parrot that in order to attract men. It's not what she wants. She wants someone to go skiing with her on a Thursday afternoon in Aspen.
Literally. Just pop up and let's play tennis. Let's travel to Italy.
She wants to hire somebody to clean her house. Talking about if you left a dish out, I would just pick it up. It's like, it's no big deal. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You cussed him out for getting on your nerves.
She was trying to play down, I feel like, the life she actually wanted and some of like her neuroses. It was like,
yeah.
Yeah, it felt like Megan knew what she wanted, and that's Mike, but she knew that Mike was right. Mike is a red flag. And I think she didn't want to choose Mike because she knew he's a red flag, but he provides everything that she wants. So,
definitely.
But I think she needs a mix of Mike and Jordan.
Definitely.
I think she was like, oh, Jordan's a great guy. He's so different from what I go for. His situation reminds me of my dad, all this stuff. But their lives were just too incompatible, you know?
Agree. Yes, for sure.
Crazy. Yeah, I never would have thought Jordan would have been like my favorite person on the season, but he was.
Yeah.
And I think the way like he was so into Megan, but like very honest. Like, so that's what was crazy about it. Like Megan knew from the jump what Jordan cared about, like how he was focusing on his son. Like he was kind of a simple guy, regular guy. He was very clear from the jump about his priorities, who he was. And I just think she wasn't paying attention.
Agree.
No. Do you guys think Megan, because it seemed like in the end, Jordan was like, this is just about money. I think she's being superficial. I regret introducing her to my son.
Yeah.
Do you think Megan was being inauthentic, or do you think she was just maybe lying to herself and not really, she didn't know what she wanted until she was actually with Jordan and seeing his lifestyle?
I think Megan was experiencing spiritual psychosis because she thought diabetes was a sign from her dad. So I thought she was like, well, this has to be my person because my dad died of diabetes related things. His 5-year-old has diabetes. Like, this is my person. And no matter how much it revealed to her that like this is your person, she kept going back to the diabetes of it all.
Interesting.
That's a good point. Especially because she felt very emotional about her dad still.
It was pretty recent. It was 4 years prior, which is like recent, on the more recent side, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Megan, I think she was really challenging herself. I think a lot of people, when they come on Love is Blind, they're like, I want to do something different, right? I'm going to test and see if commitment is for me, right? Shelby and I talked about this on the UK version of Love is Blind. 2 men were like, yeah, I kind of hate commitment, but I wanted to get married on Love is Blind to see if commitment's for me.
Don't go on the show.
The marriage show. Not Love Island. You're going on the marriage show.
Marriage show.
That's insane, you guys.
Yeah, it was criminal. And they both ended up like getting divorces after like a few months. It was
and
really...
they actually got married at that.
And they got married.
Which was
insane.
I felt so bad for the women.
Have you guys seen Clay online? Do you remember Clay from in AD?
Of course.
Yes, of
he
course.
was like body yaddy yaddy when she was walking down the aisle.
Clay said, hold on, you guys. Sorry, 1 second.
Oh, good.
Clay said on his season when he was doing the interviews, they asked him, are you ready for marriage? He was like, no. And they all were like, that's okay. So what's that about?
Who are we casting? Wait, what is going on? Who are these casting producers?
It's making me think like these producers are purposely casting people to make drama and make the other cast members miserable. Like, why else would you cast someone who's not ready for marriage?
Right?
Just be messy.
From my understanding, the Love is Blind producers, I don't know if this is true of Love is Blind, but I can say an ultimatum producer DM'd me and asked me if I would be interested on going on the ultimatum. This is before me and Garrick were engaged. She's like, would you want to come on the ultimatum? So I think that's how Netflix reaches out to a lot of people.
Wow.
The Love Island cast, that's not Netflix, but reality TV, most of them were reached out to. Hutta was the only one from this most recent season who applied to be on the show. Everyone else was reached out to. I feel like that's how reality TV shows work overall. Yeah. You know, you reach out to people you think might be good based on what you see of them online. So I imagine Love is Blind is similar, and that's how they end up with people who actually don't want to get married. Yeah.
That is so wild. They do the same thing with The Bachelor. Like, they DM people for The Bachelor. I've heard the same thing.
Yes. Yeah. Garrick's management reached out to him when they were looking for the first Black Bachelor. And they were like, do you want to be the first Black Bachelor? And he was like, da da da, I have a girlfriend. They were like, yeah, we know, but it's just like it's not like, you know, like obviously you'll just go do the show, it'll up your star quality and
Oh
get you
my
in other things.
gosh.
He was like, yeah, no, I'm okay. But I'm like, see, that's how these shows be.
That's why everyone's like, he had a girlfriend, or they
You know?
had
Secret
someone
girlfriend.
behind, waiting for them.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Because if Garrett Dig on the show, I might be like, go get the bag. I don't know, you know?
Right?
Yeah, go get the bag.
Look at Matt James now.
Right.
A lot happened for him.
Yeah. A lot has happened for him.
Yeah, not all good. Not all good.
No.
Sparkle Megan, Jordan. Yeah.
The worst
the name is
nickname
horrible.
ever.
Yeah, hate it. Ass.
Yeah.
I'm just like, there's no
not
way
good.
someone said, oh, let's call you Sparkle Megan. She had to have made it up herself.
I feel like somebody's calling her that ironically because she's really not that pleasant. And so they're like, I think they're like,
really shine or sparkle.
You know what I mean? Like she's actually a little crunchy. And so I think they're trying to be funny. And they call her Sparkle Megan.
I wish we saw her car. She mentioned, oh yeah, my car's decked out in sparkles and jewels. We never saw that because I'm like, her outfits aren't that sparkly to me.
No.
I didn't see a single sparkle. I know some people were talking about they saw sparkly shoes. I didn't see anything.
Not once.
Not once.
No. So I honestly wish there was more sparkle because she really leaned into it. And I was just like, girl, it's not that much.
It's not. I love sparkles.
It's not that much.
Nobody calls me Sparkle Sequoia.
That honestly
we can make
better,
it a thing. We can
and that even sounds better. Sparkle Megan is so weird. Sparkle Sequoia has some alliteration.
Yeah.
You know?
Sparkle Meg. Oh my gosh. Are you guys happy that none of these couples got married?
So
this was a
happy.
first, which is pretty crazy.
So important. I'm so glad they were about to mess up their lives more or less. So yeah, I'm glad they did it.
I was hoping none of them got married because I was like, whoa, compared to like other seasons, none of these couples seemed compatible or ready. So I'm glad none of them did. But then it's like, dang, I watched this whole season for like no couple to root for and no one to get married.
Right.
Feels like a waste of time.
Agree.
Oh my goodness. But it is wild though to think that all the seasons, right? 9. This is the first one where a couple didn't get married.
Yeah.
It's kind of surprising to me because I feel like there have been some bad seasons and bad couples.
It starts to feel like they have whittled down how many people get married as the seasons have gone on though.
Yeah.
I don't remember how many people got married last season, but it couldn't have been that many, right?
I think only one.
Exactly.
Wasn't that the Christmas couple?
The Christmas couple, yeah. I don't remember their names.
Wow, I don't remember shit about last season.
They were obsessed with Christmas. She thought that he had stalked her, remember, on social media or something.
Yes. Yes.
He was being kind of shady about it. He was like, oh, I might have followed you. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That was
Funny.
so dramatic. Yeah. So they were the only couple I mean, they're pretty bland. But, you know, good for them, I guess.
Congratulations.
It does feel like fewer and fewer couples are getting married. And yeah, this year I was surprised 0 couples. And Shelby and I were saying this. I don't remember where next season is, but they need to lean out of the Midwest. That's kind of my feelings.
You know, I think they do the Midwest because they're scared if they go to the coast, there's going to be too many influencers or influencer types. That's why I imagine they stay away from Los Angeles, etc.
I know, or New York.
I'm going to check where's the next season.
But I feel like San Francisco could be interesting.
Because
there's a lot of like tech people or engineers or like it doesn't really give influencer like other cities.
Well, okay, Boston is supposed to be the next season.
Oh,
and there's also been casting calls for Ohio for singles in Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Columbus.
No.
Ohio?
We can't do
Ohio.
Yeah. Interesting. We said
I know. Please.
Love is Blind. Why are we casting?
I know is funny.
Literally. What is it? Ohio Riz? Isn't that what they say?
What is that?
I don't know.
No, it's like they have like oh my gosh. Like if someone's whack, the Gen Zs say, oh, like Ohio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm old. So good to know. I need to look out for being called Ohio. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to be called that.
I don't want to be called Ohio.
Yeah, Boston would be interesting because people there are like very intellectual and kind of like snooty. I think that could be interesting.
And notoriously racist.
Yes, I know. So I'm not sure if Black love will
thrive in Boston. Now, you know what? One of my best friends is from Boston. She's a Black girl. She says it is very segregated and that there is a big Black population.
There are Black people there.
Yes,
it's very segregated. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think Boston would be interesting, whereas Ohio will literally be the same as Denver and Minneapolis. Like, why?
It's going to be Minneapolis all over. Ugh.
Yeah, we can't do that. Please.
No.
We can't.
So yeah, I want to see a Bay Area season. I feel like that would be good.
That'd be cool.
Or even if they did San Diego.
San Diego. Wow.
San Diego would be good.
Yes. Because SoCal, I think, would be good.
Agree.
Yeah. I like San Diego.
Not LA.
Yeah,
maybe
not
like
LA.
Miami or something.
Sacramento.
Sacramento.
Do like a big city that isn't something crazy. Tampa, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes. I like that. Tampa.
I know. I was surprised they haven't done Florida yet. It seems like something they would do.
New Orleans would be so fun. It'd be really
We talked about that. New Orleans would be great.
It'd be so good.
That season. We would love that.
That would be great.
Okay, now it's time for our segment, Red Flag, Green Flag, 1, 2, 3. Sequoia, I think we did this the last time you were here, but just a reminder, we're going to ask you some hot questions related to the season. You're going to tell if it's a red flag or a green flag. Okay.
Cool. Yes.
Perfect. Is it a red flag to end a relationship based on lifestyle differences, like money? You know, Sparkle, Meg, and Jordan, this was, the reason why the relationship ended.
Green flag, TBH.
That's good. So you think money's a good reason to end a relationship?
Yeah. I think anything that's making you uncomfortable is a good reason to end a relationship. Yes, because you don't want to be uncomfortable in your relationship.
Facts.
I agree with that.
That was always going to be an issue for them, no matter what.
Oh,
I know.
Like, she wanted a $2 million house. He did not. Like, it was always going to come up.
I know. She was going to sell her LA house, a house that she paid for, to buy a house for him. I don't know about that one, girl.
Yeah.
He was about to get the bag if they got married, honestly. He was about to win the lottery.
He was.
All he had to do was say yes.
All he had to do was talk about his damn job, and he wouldn't have fumbled his bag. But look, he didn't want to talk about his job at all. Now he didn't fumble the bag.
I know. It's like Jordan. I feel like Meg wasn't asking for too much. She was just like, I just want to hear about your day. And he was like, I don't want to talk about my job.
I'm tired.
I think both of them were so in the right. Like, I felt like they just weren't 100%. Compatible because I'm like, I've been in a place where I hate my job, and how's work is a really annoying fucking question to me if I hate my job, you know? And I've also been in a place where I'm like, I'm trying to connect with you. What do you do all day? You're gone for 8 hours. Like, what did you do during the 8 hours that you were gone?
No, that's a good point. He wasn't wrong for not wanting to talk about work, and she wasn't wrong for wanting to ask and know what he was doing. They just weren't a good fit.
Didn't work.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, well, next question. Is it a green flag to not date a drinker or partier because you don't drink or party? Kind of like Allie and Anton.
Huge green flag, yeah. You're not about to fuck up my peace and my, sobriety and health because you are a child and you want to play and party.
I know. I feel like a lot of people would be uncomfortable and be like, oh, you drink too much. I don't want to end things. I think so many people are just like, oh, like, it's okay. But Allie was like, why is the bottle of tequila gone?
Where's the tequila, Anton?
Oh my gosh.
She's stronger than me. No, I loved how bold these women were.
They were not messing around.
They were not messing around.
Yeah,
I do agree that most people wouldn't be as confident to be like, where's the alcohol? But she was. And I wonder if it had anything to do with the fact, like, we find out on the wedding day, her mom is like, I'm worried about the drinking because, like, our family doesn't drink. And, like, maybe she just came from as well a household that didn't drink. So that could be why that was even more of, like, a concern.
I also think it's because she's Brazilian. And I don't want to stereotype, but I don't feel like Latino women play that shit at all. I really don't think they play for real. So
I think you're right in that assumption. She was taking no prisoners.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, so would we say Love is Blind season 9 is a wait or watch?
I think it is a watch just because I was thoroughly entertained the whole time. And clearly I wasn't the previous season, Minnesota, because I don't remember anything about it, but I was thoroughly entertained this time. I thought they got people that were interesting to study. Each individual was interesting to study.
I think that's a fair point. I think for me, like the first 60% of the season was really interesting. I think the last like 4 episodes, like the finale was kind of blah because I'm like, these people, they shouldn't get married. So
yes,
it wasn't surprising that none of them said no. So I think the last few episodes were kind of whatever, but the honeymoons were great. I loved the honeymoons. Seeing them in the real world was great. Like the parties when they came together, like that was awesome. But it kind of fumbled towards the end to me. It got boring towards the end. But
I agree with that.
Yeah. So I think I might be a wait, but it did give some really great, like, memeable moments for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. I'm a wait, but as you were talking, Sequoia, it did make me think, like, this was better than season 8. Like the bland one was so bad. And I said, wait for that. So I'm like, maybe I'm in the middle. Like maybe it's like a slight watch.
Right.
Because I'm like, this is not Minneapolis by any means. Like it was way more entertaining. The people were messy. Like, I guess my biggest issue is I still want at least one couple to root for.
That's
and the fact that we didn't get that, I'm like, why am I watching a dating show?
Is that too much to ask?
Right?
Like I feel like that's not too much to ask.
I just want someone to be in love.
Hello? On a dating show? Yeah, ideally.
That's what I want. So that part I think is the rom-com girly and me, the lover girl, I'm like annoyed. Like we need someone to root for.
I get that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like none of the couples were messy and entertaining, but where was the love? There was no love. Love is absolutely not blind.
Love. It was nowhere to be found. It was
Casey proved to us love is not blind.
No
Joe proved
love
to us love is
in
not blind.
Denver.
Oh,
so bad.
God.
Jury's out on the Boston season. I'm skeptical, but I'm excited. The reunion is next week. What do you guys think will happen at this reunion?
One of my friends went to it in person and she hasn't told me anything, but she did say that it was that Edmond was hard to watch. That's what she said. And I already feel like Edmond has been hard enough to watch.
It's already hard to watch.
I'm like, okay.
That's
so
not good.
She told me everybody shows up except for Anna.
Oh, Anna is just ghosted.
Girl.
Anna's done. Anna's done with this shit. So, I mean, that's, but she didn't tell me anything else. So I'm excited.
Okay. That's a good preview.
Yes.
That's a good little snippet.
Yes.
Okay. Good to know. Anything else, Shelby, regarding Love is Wine to look out for?
We got to stay on top of social media. I've heard a rumor that one of the contestants since the show has had a baby and gotten engaged.
Yep.
So
I see. I'm literally looking at that. As you said it, I was looking at that.
Oh my gosh. Wait, who? Do we know who?
Yes. Oh, do you want me to tell you?
Do you want to know, Laura?
Oh, it's
Yes,
Sparkle Megan. Yeah, it's Sparkle Megan.
Sparkle Megan is having a baby?
She has a baby. It looks like there's a child in her hand.
Had a baby.
Yes, there's a child in her arms. Yes.
What?
Yes.
This is giving Bartise. Remember at the reunion, Bartise had a child, and we're like,
guys,
girl.
I just saw him. I just saw Bartise when I was in NOLA. I was in New Orleans this past weekend, and I'm walking around the French Quarter, and I see none other than this motherfucker. I did not like him at all.
Oof,
God,
didn't
He's
like him
horrible.
at all.
Yeah.
He was horrible.
Awful.
But yeah, it looks like Megan has a baby. I don't know.
What? And it's so interesting because in the finale, she's like, "Oh, this whole situation made me question if I even want a kid."
Right?
Crazy.
Interesting.
Insane.
Okay. Well, the reunion should be interesting. I'm like, the math is not adding up because it was like literally a year ago. So within a few months.
Like a year and a half or a year. Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Which is a long time. And so a lot can happen in a year and a half, but it is really crazy to go from, I don't want to be a stepmom. I don't know if I want to have it, could be a mom to
have a baby in a year.
Have a baby and be engaged.
Agree.
When you're trying to have traditional values too. It's just everything.
Like Sparkle, make it make sense. Hello.
Sparkle Meg.
Sparkle's trying to figure it out.
Yeah, she really is. I'm trying to figure it out too, girl.
Me too. Aren't we all, girl?
Hey, that's the part's relatable. Just
oh my gosh.
Figuring out day by day.
Wow. Well, this was such a wild season. Thank you, Sequoia, for being here.
Yes, this was so fun. This was really fun. Thank y'all for giving me the platform to just spew all of my thoughts about it. I haven't been able to say everything out loud all at once, so I really appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, of course. I love your takes. I feel like, yes, I loved
really
everything
good
you had
takes.
to say.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, of course. Before we go, please tell the people what you're up to, how to find you, all the things.
Of course, you can listen to me on my own podcast, Black People Love Paramore. Contrary to the title, it is not a podcast about the band Paramore. It's a pop culture show about the common and uncommon interests of Black people like you and I. So come over and we talk about a whole bunch of stuff. You can also hear me every day on SiriusXM channel 109. It's the Unwell on Air channel. I'm live at 3 p.m. The show is called The Daily Dirty, and it is also a pop culture show.
Yeah, it's our pop culture girly.
Yeah.
We love it. Amazing. Well, yes, support Sequoia. Oh, yes.
And also, you can follow me at Sequoia B. Holmes.
Of course.
And you can follow the podcast at BPLP Pod. And you can follow The Daily Dirty at The Daily Dirty.
Yes. Yes, support her shows. We're so happy to see Sequoia just blossoming and thriving out here. We love to see it. Yes. Well, we hope that you enjoyed this episode of Sisters Who Watch. Please make sure you're giving us 5 stars wherever you listen. Rate, download, subscribe, and follow us on social media at Sisters Who Watch.
Yes, thank you all so much for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.
Stay watching.